Hey everybody, Papa Wiggs here with Wiggs. We're going to talk about tomorrow's Thursday night football matchup. It's the Denver Broncos at the New Orleans Saints. This should be an interesting game, Wiggs, because we got two rookie quarterbacks playing in this one, Bo Nix versus Spencer Rattler. Listen, I got to give Rattler props. He started off slow last week, but you know he, he ended up not doing terrible, right? So. Um, I don't know though. I think this Broncos defense is going to be just too tough for Rattler, even at them at home. I got to take the Broncos in this one for sure. I think Bo Nix might struggle a little bit against New Orleans defense, but New Orleans defense really just sucked last week against the Bucks. I mean, they were terrible. So I'm going to give the edge here to the Broncos. I don't know that this will be a crazy scoring game. I'm thinking maybe 2014. I think the keys to the game on both sides is I still think the Broncos need to get their running game going. They have to get Javonte Williams going. Um, I mean, they just they have to get the running game going. To help out Knicks. Um, their defense has definitely kept them in a lot of games. So, and then the key on the New Orleans side is Spencer Rattler just has to manage the game. He can't do too much. He can't turn the ball over, and he has to just get it to his playmakers, especially Alvin Kamara. Kamara's got to have a big game. I don't know what you think, Wiggs, but I'm not saying he has to have a big game rushing the ball, but he's got to have a big game combined. They got to get him the ball. They got to get blocking out in front of him, because I really think that the receivers on the Saints team are going to struggle. I don't know if Rashid's going to be playing, and Olave was in concussion protocol. I don't know if he's out of it yet, but if he does play, most likely he's going to be facing Surtain on that defense, which is going to be a tough matchup. So they need Rattler not to make mistakes, and they need to have um, Kamara have the type of game Brees Hall had on Monday night. Where plus he needs to score about 5 touchdowns. That's just my opinion. What do you think, Wiggs?
Yeah, I think this game will be kind of a defensive heavy battle here from the Broncos. I think they're gonna, hold Rattler in check. See Rattler throwing one or two picks here in this game. I think against a tough defense, he's probably gonna make a few mistakes that he shouldn't make, but it's only a second game. You kind of have to expect those mistakes to come out of him as a rookie. So um, if he can somehow manage to limit that and maybe just throw one or none, they might have a chance. And I agree with you; they have to get Kamara heavily involved because if they don't get Kamara involved, even just in the passing game, like you're gonna struggle. You're not gonna be out on the field much because this Broncos D has showed this year that they are still a top defense and they have looked really good in most of their games. So, got to give them props there. And it comes down to getting the ball to Kamara on the side of the Saints. Now, talking about the Broncos offense, I agree with you. They have to get Williams or McLaughlin going, either one of them. If you can get those guys going, you're going to tear up this New Orleans defense. Last week, we saw Tucker go for 97 yards rushing against this team. And that's a third string running back right there who's gotten limited reps all year. So I have a feeling we could see Williams and McLaughlin have a decent game here this week. And if they do that, then they definitely have a really good shot of winning it. And they should win it, to be honest, because they haven't looked bad. It's just like a few offensive mistakes there on the side of Knicks, from a few picks here and there. But I think he's starting to kind of get in a groove where he's seeing the field a little bit better and not making as stupid of mistakes.
Yeah, and just to let everybody know, there is a small chance that Carr could play, but he didn't practice yesterday. He's marked as doubtful right now. I mean, he not practicing on Tuesday before a Thursday night game is usually a pretty bad sign, wouldn't you think, Wiggs? So, and if Carr does for some reason miraculously play, I don't think he's going to be 100%. But I really doubt that he's going to play if he's not practicing, and they're gonna go with um, Spencer Rattler. Why would you put Carr in there and at not 100% against this Denver
Yeah.
defense? He's just going to end up getting hurt again if you do that. So I just want to throw that out there for those of you saying, "Well, Carr's still got a chance." Yeah, I get it. He does. I mean, he hasn't been officially ruled out yet, but he didn't practice yesterday, and they do have him marked as doubtful right now for Thursday night's game. So yeah, I don't think this is I don't think this is going to be high scoring to you,
No,
Wiggs.
not at all.
No, so I think this will be kind of a boring Thursday night game. Um, it'll be interesting though because it is two rookie quarterbacks that I think um, took some shots during the draft. A lot of teams shied away from Knicks. There was a lot of talk about Rattler, but I don't think anybody was suspecting that he was going to end up starting a game this year or even being a backup for that matter. So it'll be interesting to see two rookies going in this game. So with that, Wiggs, you don't have anything to add? Check us out, Fantasy Fools PPR on YouTube. We're also on Snapchat, X, TikTok, Instagram. Like, share, subscribe. If you got any questions or need lineup help, feel free to reach out. And until next time, we'll see you guys soon.